Need a laptop that's built to perform and designed to last all day? Select Windows 11 PCs starting at $499.99 are now at Best Buy. Learn more at bestbuy.com. Best Buy. Imagine that.
2.
All right, hogs, you better get running and squealing. Come on now, piggy.
That's right.
We are here, and we are ready. We've invested an additional $5 billion into the set this week. We have added anti-air artillery to protect ourselves from airstrikes and drone strikes.
Yeah, of course. We had to. The liberals, they're coming. They hate the truth. They hate truth seekers and truth tellers.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm going to send a little truth teller in the form of anti-aircraft missiles.
I will never get vaccinated.
Never.
That's
why I'll tell you what, boy. White, straight, conservative. How else can I offend you today? Woohoo! Come on.
They want it so bad, dude. They want it like they want to make you upset so bad. They're just like, please get mad. It's like, dude, you are cucked. Okay? If you spend all your fucking time making up merchandise, you know, constantly complaining, constantly crying about the liberals, you are cucked to the liberals. Okay? The bi-coastal elite are winning. They're winning the culture war.
I don't know how. I guess I do. Like, I don't know how, though, for the most part, liberals got this label of the triggered snowflakes, because I swear, I mean, I guess there are some, you got this like classic social justice warrior from like 10 years ago that was like humongous, the girl who like freaked out over the guy who's made the humongous joke. But other than that, it does seem to me that like the white conservatives are the most triggerable snowflakes.
Yeah.
They get just so upset about the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Vaccines, for example.
Like, I think, yeah, of course.
They're ready to go to civil war over a vaccine.
I mean, it's unacceptable. It's goddamn unacceptable that they're vaccinating people. It's just communism.
Pecker is mad.
Yeah.
He's right.
I am mad.
You know, first of all, our sponsors today are Stamps and Policy Genius. Hassan, how you been, by the way? How's your week been? What's going on with you?
I'm pretty good, you know, just working hard. Finally moved into the new house, the $7 gazillion house.
Congratulations. I'm glad you're in there enjoying the fruits of your labor there.
Yeah, it's been good so far, you know, just trying to set up a studio and whatnot, and have more guests on and things like that. It's not as good as this studio, obviously. This is like the most expensive studio in the country.
Yeah, this is like the GDP of the whole state.
We're keeping the Los Angeles economy afloat here.
Yeah, basically single-handedly. You're building a studio in your new place?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
not like
a studio, but just basically it's a larger room. I have a conference table. I'm gonna be able to have like guests on, and then, you know, have better conversations, because currently whenever they come, they just like sit next to me and it's like awkward.
The Adem Ross thing.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just like I have my bed behind me.
There's better ways to do it.
Yeah.
A window covered with like a bed sheet.
I think he has doesn't he have like a green screen or something as like he doesn't even have like a regular
green screen. He better, because his background is like his unmade bed and a window covered with the bed sheet. That's
what I'm saying. And he doesn't even have like regular curtain. He just has like a green screen curtain.
It's so ghetto.
It's just so bad, yeah.
So God, you've been in so many controversies lately, dude.
I know.
Another one about the brothel.
Oh my God, that was insane. Yeah, that was absolutely psychotic. Where I have a friend who's a stripper, and she DMs me out of the blue and is like, "Oh my God, someone just walked into the strip club while I'm working in your chicken tendy merch." Right?
Here, I have a video. Let's show it.
You want to show the video? Okay.
Oh, I can't show the video. Well, here, I can show the video.
You can show the video.
There's some ass, but I don't know. Maybe we can blur it, Dan.
There's a little bit of butt there.
It's just a little ass.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work. Yeah, this is mad Sigma energy. That's pretty fun.
He's just loving life.
I mean, that's a fucking great video right there, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened?
So I was like, oh my God, can I post about this? And, you know, I was like, ask the other stripper there and also the fan if I can post about this. And she was like, I asked, fuck yeah, like go forward. He's like really stoked. He's like actually at him too. And I was like, no, he doesn't want that smoke. Cause I knew that like people would be like, people get like kind of mad, but I didn't know how mad people would get.
You're right.
So basically I consented. My friend consented, but there's a lot of swerves on Twitter who did not consent. They were like, no, fuck that, dude. How dare you?
So wait, what was the anger about? I don't understand.
There are a lot of people on the internet that have really unique perspectives that are really polarizing, I guess, or they get like really passionate about like particular things. And there's a lot of people who just hate sex work. Like they think that all sex work is inherently like abusive, it's all coercive, and that like they'll adopt the aesthetics of someone who actually cares about the well-being of sex workers, but they're not. They're the legislation that they advocate for and the things that they say routinely dehumanize sex workers.
This is a leftist take?
There are leftists who have these opinions too. Yeah, of course.
That's weird because obviously the anti-sex work take is usually a conservative take of like it's immoral.
Yeah,
I know there's a lot of women that make a great living from that, and you can do it in a safe environment.
Yeah,
and make a great living. So,
and every time like the government takes action because they want to combat. The government always says they want to combat sex trafficking, right? And sex trafficking is horrifying. It's it's awful
horrible
thing. It's a monstrous thing.
One of the worst things.
Yeah. Except every time they say they want to combat sex trafficking, like Sesta Fosta, for example, they end up literally taking away resources from sex workers that use certain resources like Backpages and whatnot to safely be able to do sex work. So this is a major issue. That's why sex workers like routinely fight back against this sort of stuff, but they're so marginalized and their voices are never heard.
Wait, I'm confused. So they pass a bill.
They'll pass a bill to say we are going to shut down, for example, like websites that facilitate in like sex work. If you're like Backpages.
Oh, you mean like a website that's like you can find an escort online?
Yeah, Backpages, like for example. And it's like, well, there's like certain websites where sex workers are able to.
So what's their theory about why they want to shut down the website?
Because they're saying it's all sex trafficking.
It's just. There's no evidence. It's just sex trafficking. Boom.
There's. I mean, sex trafficking does happen 100%, but that's like illegal separately. You know what I mean?
But it seems like a website where you just find an escort would be a good place to potentially sex traffic.
Well, that's precisely why you got to decriminalize it, so that the website can still operate, so that sex workers can still communicate with one another about like abusive clients and whatnot, right? Because this is like a huge issue. And
I mean, that the ideal situation would be something like in Nevada where it's like people can run a safe like place where sex workers can work out of, and then like the facility ensures their health and that the patrons aren't freaks and everything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the advocacy here in America, especially revolves around decriminalization, not legalization, full blown. Because I think like a lot of people are worried about like the corporate exploitation element. If it's like full blown legalized, then it's like,
that'd be,
you know what I mean?
That's crazy to think.
Because then you have like actual exploitation, like hyper exploitation. So
Coca-Cola gets into the
exactly
into the escort game.
Wow.
But I mean, the thing is like people were just like super mad. There's obviously, I have a lot of haters who watch and I talk for 12 hours every day. So you're going to find something in my archives that you can like use against me.
Sure.
And I talk routinely about sex work rights and sex workers in general. And I have them on my show and whatnot too. So one of those instances I talked about like all the way back in 2010, I think. I went to a brothel called Artemis in Berlin.
Here, I have this video too. I'm going to pull it up. So this is when people got really mad, right?
So they were like, this piece of shit, fucking, you know, he's blowing his millions. Dog, I was in 2010, okay? That was fucking, you know.
I'm going to play the video so people understand. But I guess this was the reason people got really mad. So this is a clip.
Escort, no shame. Obviously, sex work is real work. I've had sex with not even escorts, but also like straight. I've gone to a brothel, Artemis in Berlin, and had sex with the workers there. Yes.
Oh.
I don't hide it. I don't give a shit. Why would I?
Yeah, so you saying that
I'm
you
literally
solicited
like-
sex.
Yeah. And they're like, this is shameful.
I don't.
So-
I'm so surprised by that because I thought a big talking point of on the left was like sex work is real work and all that kind of
No,
stuff.
I mean, there's there's a lot of different opinions there. I mean, the left has never agreed on anything ever. So it's famous.
I guess there's like a even further left that I'm not super aware of that kind of surprised me sometimes when I hear about it because I thought there was this universal appreciation and need. Like you understand sex work is just a necessity of society. It will never go away. It will always be here. The best the best thing to do is to give them the best conditions possible that's safe and enables them to work and make a living and do it on their terms, which is safe for everybody.
Exactly.
That's the best and most humane thing to do.
And that's what sex workers want.
Yeah, of
like
course.
that's if you talk to active sex workers, like that's what they want. But there are a lot of people like this that will oftentimes always like bring up one or two ex-sex workers, and there are plenty of ex-sex workers who are anti-sex work and like talk about the abuse in the industry, and there is a lot of abuse in that industry. Partially, or not even partially, like almost directly a consequence of how in the margins that that entire industry is, how it's like a shameful thing that we need to like push to the side. So that allows really horrifying things to happen, right? So instead of decriminalizing and like having an honest conversation about this, we like kind of push it, we brush it aside, and then allow that rampant abuse to continue. So my argument is like, I'm very open about it, but they were upset. They said that this was like unacceptable.
Why?
That guy, Alex, is like, he's like a fucking investigative journalist who I followed for like a long time too. He's like
The guy who tweeted it out?
Yeah. And
But he didn't. Oh, this
shows
is how
a
he
lot,
blows his
shows a
money.
lot about his fucking investigative reporting because
Oh, he says here turns out the brothel went to so he could have sex with quote workers was rated in 2016.
yeah, they're
for
not
human
workers.
trafficking.
They're not workers.
So, by the way-
they're all slaves. Like that's what he makes it seem like. So he clips this article, right? And first of all, it's in 2016. I don't fucking know what's going on in a brothel. You know what I mean? Like I'm supposed to know what could have happened in the future because he's saying that this is indicative of all brothels. All brothels are like this, and it's hyper specific to the sex work industry, and it's not like, it's different than the Purdue Chicken Factory that's like hiring undocumented immigrants because it's not. The entire argument reduces to sex work is not real work. It's like just abusive and exploitative and horrifying, and it's all sex trafficked people that are exploited and coerced, right? That's the way that this guy operates. That's the way he thinks is going on, and there's plenty of examples that you can point to prove that point, right? So he posts this article as though like I'm morally culpable in this situation, but then I looked a little bit deeper into it. I was like, that's kind of fucked up. I mean, not kind of fucked up. It was super fucked up. What is it? First of all, it was for fucking tax evasion.
Yeah,
okay?
I saw that.
And secondly, there was accusations that like there might be sex trafficking going on, but all of the people that were pointed to in that situation, they were released. And I believe the brothel is now suing the city of Berlin for damages too. On top of that,
I actually have an excerpt here. It says, the Berlin authorities raided Artemis in a human trafficking investigation. Some people on, let's see here. Basically what they do is, I guess the authorities do routine investigations. They drop in to see if there's any like human trafficking there. They didn't find any human trafficking there.
Yeah, but he's implying that there was.
Right, because what they actually did arrest people for, as you said, was tax fraud and withholding Social Security contributions. So there was no arrests about human trafficking, in fact, and it's routine. And anyway, it was the people arrested were related to tax fraud.
Yeah, I mean the fucking brothel
bullshit.
is still in operation. Yeah, it's not like. You know what I mean?
Total bullshit. I mean, what the fuck? Why would he do that?
Well, because he has an agenda. A lot of people on the internet have their own particular agenda.
But why the left eating their own like this? I just don't understand the dude.
Well, I mean, I think that Well, it helps. It helps his
Investigative
brand.
reporting into
Philip
what, bro?
DeFranco covered it. It was his name gets mentioned with Philip DeFranco. His name gets mentioned here.
But if he cares,
in
why is he
article-
eating his fucking his own people? I just don't understand.
I don't think he sees it like that. He cares more about like his swerf POV than anything else. Like, and it was obvious.
Here he is.
that was the case.
Here's a real shot of him drafting his tweet by hand
Yeah.
about you participating in human trafficking.
And for those of you who don't know, SWERF means sex work exclusionary radical feminist. It's the same as you might have heard TERF.
Oh wow, okay.
Trans exclusionary radical feminists. These are like, terms
I
that people
don't
use on the
get
internet.
that. I just don't get it. It's like I'm sorry, but sex work is just a natural fact of life. So
I mean,
what are you going to do about it?
Like, so people want to do that. Like people enjoy that. Like,
They will and
and
always
it's
have.
incredibly popular. Like a lot of people consume porn, for example. I think it's like just incredibly hypocritical of me to, consume porn and then not like advocate for the interests of the people that make it. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Like, why the fuck would you not do that? Like, it's no different than how like conservatives would be like, yeah, run football, man, run. And then like the moment that they kneel for the national anthem, all of a sudden, wait a minute, that's a real human being with real problems. In a lot of instances, they're black and, have a higher likelihood of being victims of police brutality, and they want to talk about it. Then you remember like, oh, this is not just an entertainer that's like dancing and running for, my desires, but instead a real human being with like real issues. And then they get very upset. And it's kind of like that. A lot of people want to consume porn. A lot of people want to, reap the benefits of sex work. But then they don't actually want to, when it comes down to like giving liberties and rights to those who are making this content or those who are engaging in the act of sex work, then they're like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah, all these. I'm shocked that there's people on the left that are like anti sex work. That's just weird to me.
It's legal in Germany too.
Yeah, I know. There's like a whole red light district. It's crazy there. Yeah. From an American perspective, it just seems like hard to even imagine. There's like a whole district in Germany where you walk into it and they have like open street brothels, women literally behind glass. You can walk through the brothels. There's women trying to get you to come.
Goodness me.
Shatner loves that. Trying to get people to come into their room, and it's just like, whoa. I went there when I was like 18. I didn't sleep with anyone. It was just, I was a baby. I was a virgin. I was like just scared. I was just walking through there like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And people look at that and go, well, that's fucked up. Like you're objectifying yourself for the male gaze or the male desire. And there's this like weird understanding or meme on the internet that like all sex work is exclusively created by like exploited and abused women for the interests of just like cisgender, heterosexual white dudes.
That's
not the fucking case.
There's a way better argument that it's an empowering. They're owning their sexuality and making a great living, especially if they're doing it in a safe way.
Exactly.
Hamburg's red light district. That's where we were.
It's hard to shake off that conditioning. If you like grew up in the Western world that has like really puritanical points of view, especially in America against like sex in general, then it's really hard to like reprogram yourself to be like, wait, maybe this isn't all that bad. Maybe this isn't that crazy. So, that's why I advocate for the safety and betterment of sex work. And I said it in the Vice article too, like all work under capitalism is exploitative. It's done under coercive conditions. If you're singling out sex work, then you have more so a problem with sex and not necessarily the work itself.
In Chicago, what do you think about police unions?
I hate police unions.
So what's the problem? You love unions.
Yeah.
Hate police unions.
Well, the reason for why is because police serve the interests of capital rather than the interests of the working class. That's why leftists consider police to be class traitors, while they themselves are technically of the working class.
I see.
They work against the working class historically and also in contemporary society. So what I mean by that is historically cops have always busted through the picket line, helped scabs push through into the factories, and have always engaged in counter-revolutionary activity at the behest of the bosses. And you see that everywhere. I mean, you see that in like the Line 3 protests where actual cops, off-duty cops, are being hired by the pipeline to go and beat the shit out of, like quite literally torture some of the protesters there, for example. So it's like, this is what they do. So their unions, and that's the only reason why their unions, despite being part of AFL-CIO, their unions are probably some of the most strongest, and if not the strongest. And that's because they serve the purpose of capital rather than the working class.
So what's the rule there for like good union versus bad union?
I mean, there's like, I don't even think about it like good union, bad union. I just think that like the only reason why they're able to thrive in the way that they do and have a robust union is because, once again, they are the last line of defense between the working class and those who own capital, the wealthy. And if they didn't exist, then, you know, if there was any sort of like uprising or anything like that, which is very unlikely in present day, but if there's any sort of like labor action, for example, labor momentum, they bring in the strike breakers, you know?
Because the reason I ask is because we were just joking about how like they're ready to go to civil war over the vaccine. In Chicago, the police in Chicago, the mayor said all government employees need to get vaccinated. You see that all over the place. More places, New York, LA, lots of cities are doing that. The federal government did that, for Christ's sake. And the Chicago police force is threatening to go on strike, which I think is illegal as a vital public service.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's debatable. But
so what they end up doing, because they can't go on strike because like otherwise you would have no EMS or you would have no first responders and whatnot, and people would start dying. What they end up doing is what is known as the blue flu. And we were talking about this before the show, but the blue flu actually happened in New York in the past, where they don't full-blown stop working, but they call in sick and they basically slow down their services. And when the blue flu historically happened in New York City, crime actually decreased.
It's like that is ironic, actually.
Yeah. It was a work stoppage in I believe in 1971 when around 20,000 New York City police officers refused to report for regular duty.
And it was pure utopia for that 12 hours.
Yeah.
People were holding hands, picking flowers.
As opposed to, of course, like when the sanitation workers historically have done work stoppages, like all hell breaks loose.
Right.
There's just trash piling up everywhere.
That's true.
Like it becomes, the city gets even smellier than it normally is.
The thing is, like, anyway, it's just kind of shocked me to hear the Chicago police union head talk, or he's like a MAGA cultist. I mean, he's talking about how he was like, the government has no right to force us to do anything. I'm like, you're a cop. You force people to do shit all day, every day.
That's literally
your job.
Yeah, you are enforcing the government's, the state's monopoly of violence.
Like, you do that every fucking day. And you know, and then the mayor tried to compromise because she didn't want Chicago. This is the union guy.
Love that.
Yeah, so So this guy supported.
This is like you if you were Polish or Irish.
I could be.
This is copy.
This is awesome.
Totally.
He has a great hairline as well, which is
fantastic hairline.
You don't see that in cops. Like,
let me show off my hairline. Let's do a hair. Yo, pick your union, boys.
Yeah, it's
which hairline you want.
Yeah, he's. I mean,
he is a hairline king.
I don't believe in like race science or anything, but it's, you know, complete bullshit.
You don't believe in race science?
Yeah, like phrenology, except for cop phrenology, which is what I was gonna say. I believe that, like, you know, their cops have like a thumb-like shape, and the more thumb-like you are, the higher your level of power is.
right.
Within the cop world.
Right.
And
in the back of your neck, you got like that.
Yeah.
On the back of your neck,
wrinkles,
it's all fucking thumb-like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's your power level as a cop. I can spot a cop.
Do you think they become more thumb-like as a result of being a police officer, or their thumb-like resemblance enables them to rise the ranks?
Yeah, they're like, that's a good thumb.
Are they born a thumb, or do they become a thumb?
That's what I'm saying. I think they're born a thumb.
They're born a thumb.
Like, all jokes aside, yes, obviously not. They become thumbs, but well, anyway. It's just too much of a coincidence. Okay, all I'm saying is, if I were to measure cop skulls, I would immediately be able to be like, this is a cop.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right. But anyway, I put up the picture of the union guy real fast again. Yeah, so this guy was defending the January. This is a fucking cop. He said the January 6th protesters were not doing anything illegal. He didn't see any reason to arrest that. It's like, these guys killed police. So this is, the police officers support this guy too. So to me, it's like proof that these guys are mostly MAGA cultists. And it explains to me why they're so happy to stomp on the face, arrest, stereotype minority groups. Even Chicago's a very progressive city, but like the police force is straight up fucking MAGA cult, QAnon borderline.
I mean, so this is something that a lot of people miss for some weird reason, because like I don't know why they just like never talk about cops or the police force as like a political force. But according to the Police Magazine September 2016 survey, 84% of the people responded, like cops that responded to the poll, were planning to vote for Donald Trump versus 8% for Hillary Clinton. Yeah, so these guys are, I mean, cops have historically always been reactionary, and very openly are they, pro-Trump. They love it. They love Donald Trump. Donald Trump is doing everything they wanted them to do,
It is surprising because the biggest police forces are in very progressive cities. And, but if it makes sense, because like that a job appeals to who? I mean, I don't know. They're like these fucking, they want to go fucking fuck with minorities. I don't know. Does it just appeal to these people? Like, where do they come from? Why are all these radical conservatives joining the police force?
I think the job shapes you for sure. It's like, that's you're a tool, right? That's your job. And that's why when people say ACAB, like all cops are bad, all cops are bastards, whatever, like they don't mean like you're just automatically an evil person. You just can't be a good person while also being a cop. You'd be a good person otherwise. I don't know how many are. I'm sure there are some.
Yeah, I'm sure there are good cops.
But ultimately, you can't be a good person while in the act of being a cop, because you're enforcing all of the laws, right? And a lot of those fucking laws are directly slanted against poor people, directly slanted against black and brown people. So if you're going to do that, then you can't be a good person while in the process of doing that.
Even beyond the laws, I feel like in the police force, you are forced so frequently to look the other way, because there's so many shitty cops doing shitty things, doing violent acts, arresting people inappropriately, searching people inappropriately, pulling people over inappropriately, that you're forced to look the other way, probably on a near daily basis. So like, even if you're not a bad cop,
they'll fire you.
Right, they'll fire you.
They'll fire. The only time you actually get fired.
Well, I hear it all the time when they file complaints on other officers, they get fired.
Yeah, you can't.
Derek Chauvin was like, that guy should have been the guy who killed George Floyd. He should have been fired fucking years before that happened.
But the reason why we turn the other cheek or look the other way is not directly because like the unions are really powerful, the police unions are really powerful, but more so because of the tool that they are designed to be. And that tool has to be a brutal and violent one, because like, oh, God forbid, you know what I mean? If they're not enforcing, then those criminals can come into our neighborhoods, and oh no, like that'll be terrifying. So that's mainly the reason. I personally think it's kind of weird that we have we have essentially a paramilitary group that is literally above the law, that is completely unaccountable, okay, that gets taxpayer dollars from black and brown neighborhoods, from poor neighborhoods, and then directly takes that taxpayer dollar to an auxiliary neighborhood that they live in. Because like cops more often than not, you mentioned like they operate in urban cities and like big cities and whatnot, but they're not actually from that city. They usually have like little safe haven towns, like right at the precipice, right at the border of said city. That town gets all the amenities now because they have more money, but that town is literally operating off of the taxpayer dollars from the poor communities and the poor neighborhoods that are directly funding it. So it's this like very weird cycle of taking money from the working poor and then funding like little safe haven communities that are reactionary as hell at the precipice. So it's terrible all around. Like, I mean, I don't understand how you can just look at policing in this country and be like, nah, it's working pretty good.
I agree. And well, here you have some evolutionary evidence to support your claim.
Oh, wow.
At one point, we've evolved past the human being into the thumb.
Exactly. Thumbelina.
Real race science. So this
is the hidden truth liberals don't want you to see. Straight up.
Well, anyway, I didn't mean to go into a tangent into police and unions and stuff. I just heard that story about the Chicago police force today. I was like, man, these guys seem like fucking pieces of shit.
The NYPD union boss was like straight QAnon. Like straight QAnon. I mean, look, the insurrectionists were taking selfies with cops inside of the Capitol. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know, they opened the doors for them pretty much.
Right.
Like
and then they killed one of the cops. And they still simping for, anyway, whatever. It's a whole meme hole. The good news is, well, let's move on to something light. For example, Michelle Fiore. You know this lady?
Oh, yeah. She's my favorite.
She's running for office in let's find out. So this is the political ads that we're starting to see in America. If you're not from here, this is going to trip you the fuck out. But you know what's funny is I saw this and I was like, that's an effective ad. I feel like that will work for the people she's targeting. Here it is.
I'm Michelle Fiore, and I'm running for governor.
Governor?
I spent my whole life fighting the establishment. I was the first female majority leader in the Nevada Assembly and one of the first electeds to endorse Donald J. Trump. And you better believe I was attacked for it.
I believe it.
Yep, that's how you get your bona fides.
Washington Post called me a gun-toting calendar girl. And Politico magazine said I was the Lady Trump. And I don't care.
Yeah.
The
Washington Post said I'm unqualified to be governor, and I don't care.
The audio is terrible. Like,
the audio fascinates me. It fascinates me.
Wait, is this, you didn't do the full video?
What do you mean? This is the full video. I just paused it.
Oh, you paused. Okay, I was worried.
This is
it gets better.
The audio fascinates me because it sounds like she's in a studio, but she's in the desert, and there's foil for everything. You can hear her like crunching, and then like the truck squeaks and squeals on desert sand. Like, watch the beginning here. Like, is that a sound that you would hear on sand? I don't think so.
No. They put everything in post. They made her.
I'm fascinated.
They made her redo her audio too because you can't. They probably didn't get good audio.
So you think it's all dubbed in the studio?
100%, and it's the worst dub.
And I'm running.
It's awesome.
It's the worst dub. It is absolutely the worst dub.
Dude, it's amazing.
This is why subs over dubs, boys.
For governor. I spent my whole life fighting the establishment. I was the first female majority leader in the Nevada Assembly and one of the first electeds to endorse Donald J. Trump. And you better believe I was attacked for it.
Dude, I'm sorry, but like, there's some... that fit is fucking wild, bro. Its fit is just so wild. I don't know what to say about it without like getting canceled other than that it's wild.
Yeah. No, I know. I just wait till she
okay.
Wait. There's a part of the video where I'm just like, it was hard for me to not.
I mean, she's got a leather jacket and belt on. She's wearing a dress with a belt. I mean, okay, that's fashion, I guess. But damn, she's built like a fucking. You know who she's built like? Alex Jones, top heavy.
Yeah, she's built like a tank.
Built like a fucking brick wall, dude.
Washington Post called me a gun-toting calendar girl, and Politico magazine said I was the Lady Trump, and I don't care.
Washington Post said I am completely unqualified and will ruin the state. I don't care.
For the record, like there are reports that she is under FBI investigation for campaign finance.
Oh, so she is more like Trump than she thought.
I mean, of course. Which one of these fundraiser people shouldn't be?
The Washington Post says I'm being investigated by the FBI. I don't care.
We need outsiders, fighters, not the same old boring, moderate, compromise, blue blazer politicians. Let's start with a 3-shot plan. Ban vaccine mandates, ban critical race theory, and stop voter fraud.
That'll fix our great state. Those are the 3 most important things affecting our state right now.
In the state of Nevada.
Yeah. Is voter fraud, vaccine mandates, and critical race theory.
It works, though. It works. Look, this is the funniest part.
Never mind education, infrastructure, healthcare, or any of those other.
Why'd you try to holster this thing back? It's so funny.
So she shoots the gun, and then she tries to put it back, and then she forgets. Just watch.
Stop voter fraud.
Yeah, just keep your eyes on the.
The Joe Biden administration is coming after
me. Then she goes back to it.
Michelle Fiore, and I'm ready for the fight.
It's just hard for her to pull it out and put it back in. And I suspect it's.
Well, you know what this means to me is they must have shot this so many fucking times.
Yeah.
And then this was the best take of the bunch, but they must have shot this so many times if this was the best take.
The Joe Biden administration is coming after me.
Psych?
I'm Michelle Fiore, and I'm ready.
The Joe Biden administration is coming after me. It's so funny because, like, no,
who are you?
Like, no one knows. Yeah. You're just like a fundraiser for the Nevada Republican Party, and it's not the Joe Biden administration; it's the FBI that's coming after you.
Oh, we've got more intel on her.
Well, I just went to her campaign website because I was curious. What a
looks like a MySpace website.
Dude, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It's just shit. And look, it's a bunch of photos. And then just her Twitter feed. There's no page for like policy or what she actually represents. The 3 most
important things affecting our state is critical race theory and grass that's too long.
The problem is, look, I did some canvassing in Nevada for Bernie Sanders back in the good old days when things were looking brighter.
Yep.
And I went to some of the trailer parks there, and like. Most of the people are completely tapped out of the political process. If you're living in a trailer park and you're working, like you're just like fuck this shit. You know, none of these people care, or none of these people care about me as an individual, right? But when they do care, they were very Republican. Now, does that mean that they deserve to be in the trailer park? Of course not. And they I want to improve their material conditions regardless. But there are a lot of people that would respond positively to this and be like, yeah, that person does represent.
Dude, my initial reaction was like, this is gonna work. Like this is good shit for the target audience. Yeah, they're like but that's the irony. From a trailer park in the middle of the fucking desert, they're like, those are the 3 most important things: critical race theory, COVID vaccines, and
well, it's because that's what they consume, right? It's like all they consume is fucking Fox News and like right-wing propaganda from Sinclair Broadcasting that like controls all local news. So, they are terrified of vaccines. They don't want the, libtards forcing the vaccines on them.
You're in a trailer, bro, and you're worried about critical race theory. What about like
healthcare,
infrastructure, healthcare,
better workplace conditions for you, because like these guys are still working and they're working in dog shit conditions.
Pensions, benefits, pay,
Social Security, childcare,
the minimum wage.
Like pretty much every single thing that's in the 3.5 trillion now slated to be 1.9 trillion.
I'm more worried about critical race theory being taught to my kids.
And it sucks, but I mean, there's definitely a problem within the Democratic Party as well. I don't think
they fucking
lion's
suck, bro.
share.
I don't know how they're fucking it up every year after year. The Democrats.
Well, because they don't really care.
It's like much. You have the real shit on your side. People want real shit, but like somehow critical race theory is beating out yet again. Like you hear them on and on about critical race theory, and people are fucking like can't. But it's so, childcare.
But that's so obvious though that like the critical race theory is just like a culture war issue, a wedge issue, if you will, that they have cultivated, that they've created.
It's not a real thing.
It's not a real problem.
It's not.
It's nothing. Really,
it's nothing. It's literally nothing.
Yeah, and it goes away too. Like it's so obvious. Antifa was a critical race theory in the Trump administration. Like originally it was Antifa, then it was like mask mandates, then it was critical race theory, and then it was the vax mandates. And it's always like they just move on to the next thing and totally forget about everything else.
What do you got here for us, Dan?
I was just showing all the Republicans.
This is who's running for governor.
The wonderful Republican candidates running for governor.
Wait, those are all so we've got Michelle Fiore, who we just met. Joey Gilbert from Reno.
I love that.
That's his photo that he submitted.
I guess it's just because that's his Wikipedia page because he's a professional boxer. So. And
then who else we got here?
Typical white Republican-looking dude and a cop. So
yeah,
there you go.
Sheriff Joe Lombardo.
There you go.
Yeah, something tells me it's gonna be one of the two right guys.
No, I mean, so Nevada is interesting. I mean, it's the current governor is a Democrat, so
yeah, it's a blue flips, swing state.
So I don't know if Republicans are easily going to control the Nevada gubernatorial race at all.
Yeah, but have you heard about critical race theory? That is the most important thing affecting my life.
Yeah.
Do you have kids, sir? No, I don't.
Yeah. Or when they do, you know what actually is beneficial? Expanding the child tax credit. Super popular provision that Republicans are blocking.
Have you heard about
that's if you do have children, that is a million times more important than fucking critical race theory is like getting child tax credits, like getting money back for
I don't know, my child
improving
comes home feeling guilty like they did something wrong. That seems more important.
Yeah, it's just it's sad, but that's what happens when one side is not effectively communicating the material needs that people have. And the other side is hyper focusing on really like flashy, propagandized talking points that are tailor made for consumption by this audience.
They're better at it.
That's why West Virginia, in the aftermath of the complete evisceration of the coal mining industry and labor union power, there is now a plus 35 red state. When in fact, like these are the people that would benefit greatly from any sort of like left-leaning, leftist social distribution programs, as they do by like actual NGOs that come in and do dental work for them. You know what I mean? Every now and then in a fucking stadium. Like it's disastrous. It's disgusting the way that we treat the working poor of this country. I don't fault them entirely for having this perspective. They're jaded. How
can you blame them at all? I mean, they're just getting fed. It's like almost out of their control.
Fun. All they do is just watch Fox News, who at least like points the finger of blame and redirects their anger in the wrong place, but at least redirects their anger and says like you're right to be angry, and works off of like prior. The prior ideas that we've been socially conditioned into believing, like white supremacist values and whatnot. Yeah.
Well,
I'm trying to be more lighthearted today, and I'm failing disastrously.
Listen here, I got something lighthearted for you.
All right, let's
End of Times conspiracy theorist Rick Wiles claims that the COVID-19 vaccine contains an egg that hatches into a synthetic parasite and grows inside your body. Now, this may sound insane to you guys, but this guy has done the research. We have the scientific findings.
True.
Oh, okay. This is good. So she's built like a Kanye, one of these Kanye dolls.
I feel like this is attacking me. I'm going to be honest with you.
You're kind of built like this as well, to be honest. Yeah. An absolute unit, I think people would say.
No one talks about, how big men are oppressed in society. We're the real victims.
Yeah.
That's right.
Big men matter. Big men lives matter.
Yeah,
Here, listen to this guy.
I can't find clothes that fit me. Nobody's talking about it. It's messed up.
It's not that bad for you, is it? You can't find clothes that fit you?
Not fit correctly. for my proportions. You know what I mean? But what are you gonna do? I mean, I was just kidding. It was whatever.
Come on, dude. Don't stop fucking complaining, bro. You got tall guys get it all, bro. Like tall guy. Like, do you know how many girls are just like, I want a guy who's over 6'2"? That's it. All right, so shut the fuck up.
I do know. Yes.
Yeah.
You are right.
I just want a guy who's 6'3" is the perfect height. Anyone under 6 foot, though, I won't even consider.
See, but you said 6'3". I'm 6'4". So, then they say I'm too tall.
No one says that.
No one has said that. I'm lying.
Exactly.
I'm now officially lying.
You're the hog now, boy.
Exactly. The real victim. Me.
Come on, I don't want to hear shit from tall guys.
All right, let's watch this pastor.
Yeah.
This is a global coup d'etat.
Can I get a little volume for our boy over here? He's got a soft voice.
This is a global coup d'etat by the most evil cabal of people on the planet in the history of mankind. And if it is not stopped in the very near future, they will win. That's what's at stake, control of the world. They're putting eggs in people's bodies. If you didn't see yesterday's True News, you need to watch it. It's an egg that hatches into a synthetic parasite and grows inside your body.
Can you believe that?
I can't.
This is like a sci-fi nightmare.
It's like a sci-fi movie.
And it's happening in front of us. This is a global
So what happened? Did this dude smoke some of that K2 or whatever, some synthetic marijuana, and was like, I'm watching Alien? Like,
yeah, I have a whole sign. Actually, can you guys drop the link here? Yeah, he's got a whole kind of pseudo-scientific research paper into how the eggs hatch in the vaccine, and apparently it's something like in the Matrix. I don't know if you remember this, but I think this is probably where he got the idea, where that bug goes in Neo.
Yeah.
At his belly button.
Yeah, he watched that and was like, this is real. This is what's going on. I feel like, I love he's plagiarizing.
I love how he goes, can you believe that? Can you believe that? It's like, no.
But they can.
Yeah.
The people that are listening
He's like,
can.
you this is like it's like a sci-fi dystopia. Can you believe that?
He literally says it's like science fiction. It's like fiction. It's like something
it's
that
almost
made
like
up.
fiction.
Yeah.
Because it is. He plagiarized this. Like he did not come up with this on his own. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So,
but there's a paper for it. You're saying?
Yeah, but there's just the amount of crazies in this country is just staggering. I mean, they are everywhere, and you can call in right now to True News with a donation to fight the parasites in our blood.
It's just always wild to me. I mean, I guess like I understand why like these guys are popping off, like the guy Greg Locke, right?
Yeah.
James Fetzer exposing falsehoods and revealing truths, brother.
Yeah, when I dug into it, this is
his website.
Seems to be yeah.
So this is the virus they've captured. Something like this is going to develop inside you. Oh, so this isn't it? Just something like this.
What's the name of the doctor?
Look at this shit.
I believe this is the image that they point to. This is the
supposed.
That's awesome.
Here they said parasite that may have been identified. Oh, it may have been as Hydra vulgaris.
What is
asking for the virus?
Has been seen in the COVID vaccine. Pick credited to the Stu Peterson Show and Dr. Carrie Maddage.
I love that. They just they'll always find one fucking psychotic doctor.
I doubt that guy's a doctor. Do a Google search on that.
I already looked. It's I found her.
She has a PhD.
She's an osteopathic internal medicine doctor and stands for Freedom, Truth, Great Love, Child of God. She's got a Rumble page. Okay.
Oh man.
And but her Instagram is just full of lions.
Throw it up.
Elite Global Leaders Conference. Talking about.
Wait, can Hassan put stuff up, Dan?
No, but I guess
if you send it to me, I'll pull it up.
Okay. Is there a way to actually, just as a side note, is there a way to get him access to this TV so we can put stuff up too?
That would be a technical challenge, but I feel like we could do it. We can do anything here on Leftovers with this $1 trillion.
Yeah, I mean,
studio.
our budget's insane.
Yeah. So here it is. This is her Instagram.
Oh yeah, the lion imagery is powerful.
Should I give her a follow?
Yeah, let's keep an eye on her.
On the podcast account?
Let's keep an eye on her. Yeah. Oh, man.
They won the Nobel Prize.
This is like the page when someone's unwell mentally. This is what their page looks like.
100%.
Yeah, it's just like, wow. Look, I have given you authority over all, the power of the enemy, and you can walk among snakes and scorpions and crush them. Nothing will injure you. Luke.
Wait,
except that Hydra, the Hydra in
the Bible passage, it starts with look. That doesn't sound. I could be wrong.
It says Luke 10:19. You can fact check it.
Maybe it starts with Luke, but they changed it to look.
No,
Jesus.
They added the look, huh?
Look,
folks. In homage to Joe Biden. Look, folks.
Well, there's a lot of versions of the Bible, so.
Yeah, they got patch notes up in this bitch.
Yeah, so shout out to
shout out saying
to these
that like
guys
doctors have died or something to like present the truth to you. It's just like it's just crazy madness. Like 98% or 96% of doctors have gotten vaccinated, and like
like 98%.
Yeah, and it's like you're so desperate to find like the 2% of doctors is like, yeah, no, this is fake. This is actually fake.
Yeah,
and hyper focus on it.
Well, they do the same thing with global climate change. They do the same thing with every like wedge issue that they're trying to propagandize. And it's fucking bullshit. And they're really good at it.
But I think it just like comes from, these people are bored. They're looking for like fun stuff. And this is fun. You know what I mean? This is like, I'm living in the Matrix. It's like what a child, when I was a kid, that's what I would do in my child brain. And I feel like a lot of conservatives just like straight up have child brain where they are like, I do live in the Matrix. Like I am the main hero. And I'm the one who knows, what the real truth is about the vaccine.
It's called the main character syndrome.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, rest in peace to the GOAT.
Colin Powell.
This is my favorite quote about Colin Powell from Kurt Vonnegut. He said, "The last thing I ever wanted was to be alive when the three most powerful people on the whole planet would be named Bush, Dick, and Colin."
I find that to be a little cringe, but hey, that's just me.
You don't like that quote?
No, I think it's so cheese, dude. But hey, whatever. It's
such a great quote. Like, you were even snickering.
I know. I'm just laughing because like it's whatever.
Bush, Dick, and Colin.
Yeah, I mean,
how are you gonna sit before me and tell me that's not fucking hilarious?
I know. I don't know. It reminds me of simpler times, like the anti-Bush liberal era. So like at least I feel a sense of comfort from that when like liberals were actually anti-war and
Dick,
not like
Bush and Colin,
and not totally on board.
Well, anyway, Colin, rip to the GOAT.
Are we going to talk about the real story here, though?
Yeah, Trump.
Like, I don't really care about Colin Powell. I think he is a horrible monster for the most part. I mean, look, if you worked with the Reagan administration, that's already like you're disqualified from ever being covered gently in your passing. Also, on top of that, he is and forever, hopefully, will be remembered as the guy who lied to the United Nations.
That's his legacy.
To go to, Iraq. And
that's his legacy.
And he claims that, like, he felt really bad about it afterwards. Like, oopsie. It's like, dude, you literally had every opportunity throughout that administration to at least try to right the wrongs that were conducted, and you didn't do that. And once it was fashionable to do so, only then did you come out and you were like, oh man, I felt really conflicted about that. And these guys, look, he died at the age of 84. He was vaccinated. He died because he had like cancer as well. He was like, really immunocompromised. But he died alongside his family and alongside his loved ones at the age of 84.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas that is not a liberty or privilege afforded to hundreds of thousands of people in Iraq.
How many people died there? Like 500,000 civilians?
Yeah.
That's like a conservative estimate.
That's fucking insane.
Exactly. And then also on top of that, like that region is just like completely broken in a state of disrepair as a consequence of people like Colin Powell. So,
well, I find his story really sad and tragic because like the whole reason that his testimony held so much weight when he said there was weapons of mass destruction is because everybody trusted him. He was this widely respected and trusted thing. So they used him, and unfortunately, he was more than willing to be used by them as a means to basically send off war to just kill fucking hundreds of thousands of people in a conquest for American companies to make money selling oil.
Yeah, I mean, his career started off in the Vietnam War, and he was in charge of like investigating the My Lai massacre, and I'm sorry, but like, yeah, he's just not a good guy. So, which is why I love this.
Rip to the goat.
I love this.
So Donald Trump is never one to let down, and that's why I'm excited to see him back. I can't wait for his new social media. I can't wait for him to be running. He is from one goat to another.
I miss him so much.
Yeah, I think
when I see posts like this, I miss him. This is him.
This show is going to slap so hard when he comes back.
Yeah.
We're basically just waiting for Trump's return.
We're fucked anyway. You might as well just enjoy it at this point.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way I see it.
So here is a statement from the president. Wonderful to see Colin Powell, who made big mistakes on Iraq and famously so-called weapons of mass destruction, be treated in death so beautifully by the fake news media. He's actually right.
He is 100%
even on like CNN and all these and like liberal news medias, they're like fawning over him, which is really interesting.
Yeah, they covered him as a guy who is known for an oopsie, you know, and was very conflicted by it. It's like, dude, that makes it worse. Okay, like that implies that he understood that the intelligence he was working with was not like actually legit intelligence, and yet he still continued and lied to the entire planet.
It's sometimes I see from the liberal news media, it's really staggering. Like, first of all, universal lauding a praise for Colin Powell, and then when Trump messaged this, then this outrage that how could he speak so poorly on this man? He says, "Hope that happens to me someday," which is hilarious.
It will, by the way, it will, because by that point we'll have like a way worse Trump to compare Trump to, just like we rehabilitated George W. Bush.
I think it depends when he dies. He's not a model of health.
That doesn't matter. The man is the tank. You're crazy.
You think nothing will take him down? If drinking 10 Diet Cokes a day doesn't, then nothing will.
No, absolutely not. He's a truck. He just nothing will happen to him. First of all, bad things don't happen to bad people. Henry Kissinger is still alive. How the fuck is that possible? Dick Cheney.
The more evil, the longer they live.
Exactly.
That's why the good die young.
Yeah.
I hope that happens to me someday. He was a classic rhino, if even that, always being the first to attack other Republicans. He made plenty of mistakes, but anyway, may he rest in peace.
Love that.
It's just, it's kind of, first of all, he kind of nailed it.
Yeah. That's a post. He's a poster. I missed it.
The best part is for sure. But anyway, may he rest in peace.
Yeah. It's just like Donald Trump is he is a petty bitch who loves drama. He's so sassy, and that's his best quality. And it comes out in moments like this.
And it's just usually the people have more reverence for people in death, but like Trump, and he does this all the time. He will tap dance on your grave.
Oh yeah,
if you've ever crossed him in life.
100%.
And it's fucking incredible to watch.
I don't even think Colin Powell like crossed him per se. He probably had a lot of words for Donald Trump.
I think he said something. I think he.
Oh, of course.
He said he voted for Hillary or something like that.
Yeah, I mean he was also an advocate for Barack Obama, if I'm not mistaken. Like he was the reformed. He's the worst kind of Republican. I just like. At least these like psychotic QAnon supporters are more honest in their mania. I find the Never Trump Republican to be so disingenuous and so awful, and their rehabilitation from the media is disgusting to me. Like, you have people who worked in the Bush administration that literally have untold amounts of blood on their hands criticizing Donald Trump. Does Donald Trump deserve criticism? Of course he does. Is Donald Trump an asshole? Of course. Is he violent? Of course.
He's a narcissistic psychopath?
Yeah, all of that is true. And when you sit on the imperial throne, that is you're gonna cause a lot of bloodshed no matter who it is, right? And Donald Trump certainly did. But the people that are criticizing him, like the Never Trump Republicans that worked in the Bush administration, shut the fuck up. Spare me your fucking bullshit virtue signaling. You are a monster, dude.
Wait, so I'm also fascinated by the fact that like now we look at George Bush and we go, look at this guy. He paints, he golfs, he
friends with Ellen.
He's friends and like
and Michelle Obama.
He gives candy to Michelle Obama. But can we say for sure like that Trump is worse than Bush? Because like
yes.
You think Trump's worse than Bush?
Without a doubt. Well, because Trump only had one term. Bush had, more time to really destabilize.
You're saying Trump is worse than Bush?
No, I'm saying Bush is worse than Trump.
Okay, sorry, I got that confused. Yeah, I think so too, because I remember when Bush was president, the Iraq War alone is kind of a pretty fat feather in the cap.
The war on terror, the Patriot Act, like
that's one. Actually,
Katrina domestically. If you think about like Bush's horrible response to Katrina, for example, like that was. These are all things that we like swept under the rug.
Trump botched COVID, obviously, but like I feel like the Iraq War has to go down. I mean, even if you go to Vietnam, like how many Vietnamese people did America kill during Vietnam? It's probably nothing compared to the amount of people that died in Iraq.
I'm not entirely sure on the numbers, but when you
not to trivialize Vietnam, which was horrible.
It's comparable for sure.
Yeah,
a lot of people died.
I thought there was like a few 100,000.
The problem with Vietnam comparison to just simply Iraq or Afghanistan is that like Iraq and Afghanistan are not standalone, right? You have Libya, you have what's going on in Yemen, you have what's going on in Syria, you have ISIS. So like that destabilization had a massive exponential amount of human casualty.
Just the fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah, according to this,
it's 1.3 million total
holy
deaths.
Fuck, that is way worse. Yeah. That is horrifying.
Yeah.
2 million civilians died.
It's hard to compare too, though, because the Vietnam War was genuinely a civil war as well. So I don't know how many of those deaths were U.S. I mean, I'm sure a lot were U.S. Caused, but
well, I mean, there's still children being born with defects as a consequence.
Yeah, I mean, America was just straight up carpet. They were just dropping fucking
Agent Orange, baby.
Oh yeah,
lighter fluid, basically just burning the whole. Yeah, that was
untold amount of war crimes, just horrifying. We really did not learn our lesson there, and did the identical thing in Afghanistan as well. The only lesson that the American government learned there is like how to cover it from the media point of view,
Yeah, because the Iraq War wasn't really.
Yeah, no, because
until recently, it's been like, okay, cool.
No, you don't show caskets, like you don't show the human casualty on the American side, so that we can just like easily refuse to look into it, and you keep going back to Applebee's and like living your life as you normally would, while people are just
Applebee's, the opiate of the masses. We actually have to go to break. We'll be right back. We're gonna do a quick break, and we got plenty more to come.
Time to take a short break.
On the other side of the front, my friends. Compared to pumpkin patch photo shoots and costume planning, you doing any of those pumpkin patch photo shoots this year?
Oh my God, I love that. That's my thing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those.
Yeah.
Compared to that, shopping for life insurance with Policy Genius can be one of the easiest tasks on your October to-do list. Policy Genius makes it easy to compare quotes from over a dozen top insurers all in one place. Why should you compare? Because you can save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policy Genius, and you could be saving $1,300 or more per year on life insurance by using Policy Genius to compare policies. The licensed expert at Policy Genius work for you, not the insurance company, so you can trust them to help you navigate every step of the shopping and buying process. That kind of service has earned Policy Genius thousands of 5-star reviews across Trustpilot and Google, and eligible applicants can get covered in as little as a week thanks to an award-winning policy option that swaps the standard medical exam requirements for a simple phone call. Yeah, that's good, because they get one look at me and they'd be like, "No, I'm not insuring you."
Is that right?
You're not insurable. So the phone call works out for me. This exclusive policy was recently rated #1 by Forbes Advisor, higher than options from Ladder, Ethos, and Bestow these notes on the competitors.
That's right, dude. Yeah.
Fuck the competitors.
Yeah.
You don't even have to
It's
think
all
about
about
it, dude.
a policy.
Freaking Ladder, dude. Not even doing a good job comparing.
A ladder? Where are you climbing? To wasting money?
Yeah, that's right.
Policy Genius. Getting started is easy. First, head to policygenius.com/leftovers. In minutes, you can work out how much life insurance coverage you need and compare personalized quotes to find your best price. And when you're ready to apply, the Policy Genius team will handle the paperwork and scheduling for free. Policy Genius doesn't add on extra fees. So head on over to policygenius.com/leftovers to get started right now. Policy Genius, when it comes to insurance,
it's nice to get it right.
Testing you.
Yeah, I'm on it, dude.
Thank you, guys.
You got, let me see the graphic real quick. Just double check we're good. Stamps.com/leftovers with code leftovers. Perfect. And policygenius.com/leftovers. Looking good. All right, let's do it.
All right.
You rolling? All right, we're good.
If you got a small business, you know there's nothing more valuable than your time, so stop wasting it on trips to the post office. Stamps.com makes it easy to mail and ship right from your computer. Save time and money with Stamps.com. Send letters and packages for less with discounted rates from USPS, UPS, and more. Badass. I know you love the post.
I do. I love the postal service. It's great. How else are you gonna have little chickens delivered?
I know they're the only ones qualified to deliver chicken.
That's right.
So,
and I love my chicken.
I'm gonna send
tendies.
you a chicken.
Yeah.
See what happens.
It's gonna be hard when I have to eat it.
Since 1998, Stamps.com has been an indispensable tool for nearly 1 million businesses. Stamps.com brings the service of the U.S. Post Service and UPS shipping right to your computer. Whether you're an office, sending invoices, a side hustle, Etsy shop, or a full-blown warehouse shipping out orders, Stamps.com will make your life easier. All you need is a computer and standard printer, no special supplies or equipment, and within minutes you're up and running, printing official postage for any letter, any package, anywhere you want to send. And you'll get exclusive discounts on postage with shipping from USPS and UPS. Once your mail is ready, just schedule a pickup or drop it off. No traffic, no lines. Cut the confusion out of shipping. With Stamps.com new rate advisor tool, you can compare shipping rates and timelines to easily find the best option. So save time and money with Stamps.com. There's no risk. And with our promo code leftovers, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a digital scale. There's no long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in leftovers. That's Stamps.com. Promo code leftovers. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again.
2.
We are back. Recharged.
That's
energized, reloaded. Fueled up. Now we're going to get to one of our main stories here. Trump's new social media platform called Truth, baby. Huge announcement. Okay. Entering the grind.
Entering the grid.
Oh, the grid. Shit. All right, so here we have it. He's announcing he's going public with it right off the bat, so that'll be good. I'll definitely consider shorting this company. TMTG.
Oh, I'm buying all the stocks I can.
The Truth. It's called Truth Social Network. It's kind of a long statement, but
not a single Trump supporter is going to read this shit. Okay. As a matter of fact, one of the biggest problems with the desk of Donald Trump, remember when he originally came out with that, was that he was just writing too much, and it wasn't him who was writing it. No shot, because Donald Trump thrives under 280 characters. Okay.
Right.
When you go beyond that point, you go beyond the breaking point. It's just he's never writing something that long. Okay. So no one's going to
read anything that long either.
He's never, he's not reading anything that long. He's not writing anything that long, which I respect. Okay. So it's just.
Well, here's the important part. This is the one he wrote. He says, I created Truth Social and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think that reminds me of
Teenage Mutant Turtle Gang.
Turtle Gang. Teenage Mutant Turtle Gang, totally. To stand up to the tyranny of big tech.
That's right.
By becoming big tech. We live in a world where
they're not becoming big.
Yeah,
tech. They're going to stay little tech.
Yeah,
max at best.
We live in a world where the Taliban has a huge presence on Twitter. Yet your favorite American president has been silenced. This is unacceptable. I am excited to finally announce. I can't do a good Trump impression.
I'm excited to send out my first Truth on Truth Social very soon. Believe me, TMTG was founded with a mission to give a voice to all. I'm excited to soon begin sharing my thoughts on Truth Social and to fight back against big tech. Everyone asks me, why doesn't someone stand up to big tech? Well, we will be soon. I mean, look, more successful business people have tried and failed. Rumble is like a good example of this. Donald Trump has never had a successful business venture.
That's the key.
It was just so funny to me. Like, he's like still trying.
Trump steaks.
You're very special.
Trump Twitter, basically. And it's going to be spectacular to watch this thing fall apart. In fact, it hasn't even officially launched yet, and it's already falling apart.
Love that.
It's in beta, and somebody already hacked the fucking website. Here's somebody claimed Donald J. Trump's Twitter handle already and pinned a picture of a pig shitting on his own balls.
That's an important announcement. That was, yeah. I learned a lot. That's the truth.
So already off to a hot start. Here he is again retweeting the FBI, femboy bussy inspectors. So that's
there's no shot that they.
So that's an important message from the president.
Okay,
a legend.
Okay, no conservative that went on the Truth website or whatever the fuck. Like, I feel like there's 8 people on this website right now, and they're all leftists. Because, no one knows what a fucking femboy is on the right. If they did, they would lose their mind. You telling me
he doesn't know what a femboy bussy is?
Yeah, no.
I just learned about bussies a few weeks ago.
Exactly. So those words are not used by, conservative divorced dads.
Here he is tweeting at Jack. Apparently, is on this new social media. Hey, Freddy's in his hoodie. Oh, Fred.
Yeah. He's looking cute.
My dog Alfredo just ran in a doggy hoodie.
Styling and profiling.
Jack, unban me from Twitter. We get rid of Sleepy Joe and turn the Fed into a Bitcoin mine. Deal.
Lazy Truth request. Anyone know what Melania is up to these days? So
this is what's going on so far, but nothing will beat the pig shitting on his own balls pinned.
I mean, Parler had a massive leak similar to this in the beginning. All of these platforms that are like marketed towards conservatives exclusively often have like really shoddy cybersecurity protections.
Well, the problem is that cybersecurity, these hackers is so advanced now. Yeah. It's actually super expensive. You need like a massive operation to prevent people infiltrating.
And I found out that
broke boy.
And I found out that basically the reason that this keeps happening to all of these platforms is they all use this. I think it's like open source social media platform called Mastodon because they're too lazy to actually build a website.
Their own shit.
Which is why it keeps immediately getting figured out because they all are using like the same formula.
And they've all hacked it already.
Yeah.
Oh, we should make a social forum using their.
Let's make If it's that easy. Yeah, we could.
Well, then it's gonna get hacked though.
Yeah, so. Pretty much
that's
immediately.
Fine. It's basic. That's like
we could just let it happen.
Yeah, I'm here to let it happen.
Yeah. The other part about this that does not make sense is that, I love Trump and his posts, okay? I think, I'm always excited to hear more from Donald Trump. But the reason why a lot of these, Gab, Rumble, Parler, whatever, all these, different kinds of websites ultimately fail is because there are no libs to own there. Yeah. You want to own the libs. That's the whole fun of the game is, if you can't trigger the libs, then conservatives have nothing.
Well, they go there to get mad. That's what they like. So if you go there and it's all just a huge echo chamber, You're not. You're just looking at people saying the same shit everywhere. You got to see people owning libs, like you said.
Yeah.
You got to quote tweet somebody.
And be like, this guy's
this fucking guy.
This guy's a Chinese communist.
Somebody sent a bomb threat to this guy.
Yeah. So without that, it just turns into a Nazi gathering because those people do have like an ideological position that is still inherently reactionary. They love owning the libs as well, but they have another goal. You know what I mean?
Right, but you're right, because the pedophiles and the Nazis, they're not necessarily looking to own libs. They're just looking for a place where they can congregate, and they've been kicked off every other social media. So for them, it's fresh pasture, and for everyone else that's not a pedophile or a Nazi, which is probably the majority of them, let's be honest.
I mean, there's a lot of adjacent, pedophile adjacent, Nazi adjacent conservatives. So,
it just turns into some very bizarre situations.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have like any sort of restrictions. And even then, these websites do have restrictions. As a matter of fact, Donald Trump's website, famously, the Truth one, has restrictions.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. A lot of really great ones.
Well, before we talk about that, you want to show this first?
So here's Don Jr.,
our favorite friend of the show.
Made us a cameo, wished us well.
Yeah.
Promoting Trump's new social media.
And free network for people to be able to communicate, to exercise your First Amendment rights. And so tonight, my father signed a definitive merger agreement to form what will ultimately be the Trump Media and Technology Group and Truth Social, a platform for everyone to express their feelings. Big tech and all of those on the left for so long, Sean, have been saying, well, if you don't like the rules that we really enforce only one way on our platforms, go create your own. And so we did just that. So that's going to launch very soon. We're going to be in beta testing in the next few weeks. Full launch first quarter of 22. It's going to be exciting, and we're looking to give a voice back to the American people.
Yeah. Nothing says giving a voice back to the American people by like making them sign up to another website that's inevitably going to get owned, as it has already, with massive data leaks. Where conservatives complain about like having their accounts banned off platforms, so they can't speak to anyone anymore on those platforms because they're violating the terms of service. So what? The alternative is to go to a website where no one is there. It's the same. It's like not having a Twitter account is the same as having a fucking Truth account. You know?
For sure.
Truth Social.
Well, he says he's combating the tyranny of big tech. Do you find it ironic that after you sign up, they beg you to share it on Twitter and Facebook? Of
course.
Yeah.
And massive dumps.
I
mean, they love Facebook too. So Facebook is where they thrive.
Here is some snippets from their terms of service. The terms of service on Trump's new social site is very specific. You can't harass or annoy the staff. Dude, this is the free speech. You can't annoy the staff.
Yeah, that's right. That's free speech. Well, I don't understand.
And Trump is staff. I mean, he's going to own it. So if you annoy Trump, like, what does that mean? Annoy? Like, do you even have to interact with him? Can I just be minding my own business and then he's annoyed by me and then he bans me?
Yeah, you say that. No, actually, Trump, you're wrong. The Met Gala was tasteful, and he's like, Ben,
annoying.
You're wrong. Braden Carter is a loser, and
he will. He'll be just banning everybody.
Yeah.
So here's what it says. You cannot trick. Again, trick is like very broad. Defraud or mislead us or other users, specifically in any attempt to learn sensitive account information.
I mean, at least they know their audience. Like, this is literally like, please don't steal the information of like old racists that came onto this website by telling them that you have Iraqi dinars to purchase.
Don't trick us, though.
Yeah, please don't trick us.
No funny business. Why don't they just write no funny business?
Yeah.
We like to troll.
Use any information obtained from the site in order to harass, abuse, or harm other persons. Again, it's like, what do you mean obtained from the site? Like, if I see, it's just so broad.
Yeah, I mean, it just reads like a boilerplate legal terms of service with like additional.
Yeah, this
with
isn't
like
boilerplate.
weird. I know, but like with a weird Trump seasoning on it.
I feel like Trump wrote this himself. This is not legal language.
I still don't believe he knows how to write.
It's possible. We haven't seen evidence. Here, you cannot harass, annoy. Dude, no lawyer has ever written annoy into fucking terms of service.
Yeah, harassment is like what covers that usually. You know what I mean?
You cannot write annoy, intimidate, or threaten any of our employees or agents engaged in providing any portion of the site to you.
It's because...
Sorry, but
no, it's because all of the lawyers died from COVID. All their fucking lawyers are dead now, so like they have like a paralegal type this shit up. You know what I mean? They have like one guy left.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They're all too busy dying in the hospital.
Look, you can't disparage, tarnish, or otherwise harm, in our opinion, us or the site. You can't disparage the site.
Yeah,
you can't make fun of us on the site.
This is some real.
How is this free speech?
This is some real snowflake shit right here.
You can't hurt our feelings.
But that is like, this is brutally honest. Like, conservatives don't want free speech. They just want you to shut the fuck up if you ever tell them that they're wrong. You know what I mean? That's where that comes from. And free speech protection is exclusively centered around being able to say and do hate speech and hateful acts. So
exactly. You got to like it all or like none of it.
It's just like,
you can't tarnish. You can't say naughty things about us or any of our staff on our website. Free speech.
Yeah. Like, I love when people always say, like, McCarthyist, this is McCarthyist. It's like, motherfucker, who was the victim of that? You know what I mean? Communists. Like, time and time again, the real victims of free speech or the real people that have never been covered by free speech protections that are supposedly incredibly expansive here in the United States have been leftists, you know? Specifically, you know, black leftists as well, like the Black Panther Party. Like, they were so not covered by free speech that their leaders were executed by the American government. So, you know.
Well, even recently, someone like Colin Kaepernick is like,
yeah, even in the private sector,
about his fucking free speech.
Yeah,
nobody on this freedom free speech website is gonna fucking be singing his praise. But anyway, it'll be interesting to do like ban Olympics when this launches. Like, if you're just shitting on Trump in the replies. If he's just going to be outright banning people,
I don't think that many people are going to use this because
it's going to be a shit show.
There's no runway. Like, they just kind of dropped this out of nowhere. They didn't tease it. Like, I feel like I've put more time into like my fucking merchandise than this shit. You know what I mean? It's like they just like kind of dropped this out of nowhere. They went on Fox News.
Yeah, so it's a buildup. Right now, you can sign up for the beta, and it's launching in the first quarter of next year, I think.
I know, but like, I don't know. I feel like
it's gonna be a disaster. There's no question about it.
And also, how do they make money off this?
I don't know, but the whole thing is so mysterious to me. They merged with a publicly traded company. This is going to be publicly traded out the gate. And I'm telling you, if you want to get rich, short this company, because this is going straight to like a meteor to Earth.
I know, but have you heard that additionally, the Tiny Meat Turtle Gang intends to launch a subscription video on demand service?
Oh yeah, the Ninja Turtle Meat Gang Plus.
Yeah. And it will feature non-woke entertainment. Dude, you're like wokeism, non-woke entertainment. I feel like woke has become this like word. When I hear it, I'm like, ugh, please.
Non-woke entertainment. What does that mean? Like
we're gonna be racist. Please subscribe. I'm gonna be so racist.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This is going to be fucking awesome to follow, though, because, yeah, they're producing original content. And I just can't wait to see it. It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be like every other fucking OAN, you know, Newsmax style news coverage that looks like they always have like that weird filter almost where it just looks like there's Vaseline rubbed on the lens. You know what I mean? When you watch any of these like super fucking far right news coverages, like you're like, what happened? Why is the lens why are you so crusty and greasy? What is going on there? That's what the entire thing is going to look like if they even develop anything at that.
Yeah, I'm surprised because like he's such a horrible businessman.
This is the Quibi of right-wing media.
It so is. Trump's new media company will be funded with the help of Digital World Acquisitions, a blank check company based in Miami. What is a blank check company?
It basically means a company that doesn't have any specific business plan or direction.
Weird. Shady.
DWAG.
According to the press release issued on Wednesday night, DWAG, a so-called special purpose acquisition company.
DWAG. Dickwag.
DWAG.
Yeah. Will help.
I love their acronyms are off the rails, bro.
TMTG.
DWAG and Teenage Mutant Turtle Gang become a publicly traded company. The CEO of the company, Patrick Orlando, is also CEO of Yunhong International. Bro, what? Which
is an international blank check company?
Which itself is an international blank check company incorporated in the Cayman Islands with headquarters in Wuhan, China, bro.
That's right. That's COVID.
What?
That's why I sent this.
Being funded by a company stationed in Wuhan, China?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, conservatives love Wuhan now. That's right.
Whatever happened to Wuhan flu?
Yeah.
Now it's Wuhan fund you.
Yeah, it's got him. It's Steve Bannon was caught with another Chinese billionaire on a yacht. Remember when the U.S. Postal Service secret agents actually apprehended him for doing wire fraud for that and charity fraud?
Yeah,
for the border wall thing. Yeah. They love. I mean, these guys. I
wonder what's the Chinese interest in funding this. I guess they just like to destabilize.
No, there is. There are different factions within China. Like there are some very wealthy Chinese oligarchs that are as anti-state as you can get, as anti-CCP as you can get. And then there are psychotic, hyper right-wing cults like Falun Gong that actually fund the Epoch Times. Have you ever heard of Epoch Times?
Yeah.
So Epoch Times is like a right-wing website. That's they're backed by the Falun Gong cult, and they're anti-Chinese state. Of course, they work side by side with the CIA for their anti-Chinese state leanings.
Doesn't the government, wouldn't they, if there was a real big anti-state movement in China, don't they just come in and they disappear in the night?
No, they operate outside of it.
They're not in China.
They operate, yeah. I mean, a lot of that stuff is just outside of the control of the Chinese Communist Party. But that's where it comes from. A lot of this, a lot of these billionaires and millionaires that are still very wealthy and whatnot, they will oftentimes have anti-Chinese sentiment and can get broad freedoms worldwide to run around and do whatever they want. And I mean, I don't know about this particular person, but if there's money to be made, they're going to do it. I don't think that there's a destabilizing interest there.
Right. Well, here he is on Hannity. It's probably good too. He's doing the rounds. Oh, wait, is this what we just watched?
Yeah, we just watched it.
I thought he was on Tucker. So anyway, let's see. Yeah. You can also get... this is interesting. Here's another one. You can get banned on Truth for using too many capital letters.
This one really blew me away because that's Trump's thing. It's just randomly all capsing words and stuff.
The site's terms of service, however, list some rules that would hamstring Trump himself. The site will ban, for instance, excessive use of capital letters.
That's so why?
But let the people use capital letters.
I mean, it's that's
let the people.
Old hogs love doing that. Having the caps lock stuck.
Man,
none of this makes sense, which is also part of the reason why I think it's not going to pop off.
Well, I'm going to be watching eagerly. We'll be following it on this show, and boy, I'm just so excited for this new social media empire.
Suspicious that this is happening right as Facebook said that they were rebranding. I'm just gonna, I don't know, maybe this is the new Facebook.
I would not be surprised if Zuck was teamed up with Trump.
I love it.
To bring you.
No, Zuckerberg loves making money. This is not a moneymaker.
If someone else was doing this, Trump would call it Wuhan book or something. China book.
Oh, for sure. Oh, the other thing, Getter was another website that was owned immediately, and it was overrun by hentai and ISIS content and videos of beheadings and whatnot.
Yeah, wasn't that one? What was the other? The one with the chat room where people would come in and do like speeches and stuff. What was that one?
Oh, that's like crap. That's like some
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. Yeah,
I heard that like one of the most popular genres on Clubhouse is just openly anti-Semitic, neo-Nazi.
Oh yeah, that's not surprising.
Chat rooms. So
it's always funny because like these guys will like come up with a unique way of making people communicate with one another, and then immediately a week later, Twitter is like, "We're announcing, rooms," and then it's like you're done. Now Clubhouse is done.
Yeah.
And Facebook will do that, Instagram will do that, whatever.
So moving on to our next story, we touched on cops a little bit, but following up on that, cops are quitting their jobs over the COVID mandate. COVID has become the leading cause of death. Bringing home the bacon. You like that?
I love that. Oink, oink.
COVID has become the leading cause of death for officers, despite law enforcement being among the first group eligible to receive vaccines in the end of 2020. Thank you. The total stands at nearly 500 COVID-19 related deaths since the start of the pandemic, compared to 94 from gunfire from the same period.
Which, by the way, when people say gunfire, remember, that doesn't always mean gunfire from,
the bad guys.
The bad guys. Often, more often than you would think, is friendly fire. Specifically in Colorado or Washington State, where like a lot of this stuff started popping off. There was one that was like a officer in training shot the other officer who was training him in the back of the head while they were engaging in. Yeah, I mean, that stuff happens all the time.
Well, I followed the Breonna, oh God, I forgot her last name. What was her? Yeah, Breonna Taylor thing.
Yeah.
And when you watch the recreations of the shootings, I mean, these cops are so irresponsible. They're just literally, one of the cops outside, I think the only one that got charged, was just firing recklessly into the building, like in every direction. And he could have easily killed someone, even another cop.
They often do.
And he was the only one that got charged for recklessly discharging his gun.
Yeah, because the other cops were considered to be like, well within their rights to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So they saw the material damages that other cop caused by shooting into like other apartment buildings as well as like a worse offense than straight up murdering someone.
Straight up
you know
killing,
what I mean?
I know, it's crazy.
That story was awful, but also, no-knock raids, regular occurrence. Yet another instance of like a lack of accountability, horrible training, and no de-escalation measures like put in place. It's just awful.
So here is cause of death of law enforcement. You can see from 2001 to 2021, there's a sudden spike in deaths.
Cops are getting absolutely murdered, like just straight up fucking murdered by COVID.
Yeah, the felonious deaths are actually down. While their job becomes less dangerous, according to this graph, more and more are dying of COVID, quite a bit, and they don't want to get vaccinated.
For the record, like, so cause of death for law enforcement, obviously 9/11 related is like in the aftermath of 9/11, there's still like cancer, whatnot.
Yeah, that's
right?
kind of insane looking at like how many people actually died from that too.
Yeah, well, that's because a lot of the cops that die, they die on the job because like they're driving recklessly. That's a huge one. Okay, they drive like fucking assholes, and then they get into collisions and they die if they're not killing other people, like the motorcyclist that was like murdered by a fucking cop, I think in Florida like last week. And then they die of heart failure very regularly, heart disease, and that's considered, again, an on-the-job, on-the-line death.
They have other non-fallacious.
And then same with COVID. Like they consider these they tack up the number. They put that on the tally, even if they're dying of COVID. And they're dying of COVID quite a lot, as you can see, and
which makes sense. They're out there, they're with the masses, they're breathing people's, in space. So yeah, they should be vaccinated for sure. And therefore, it also is implied that if these guys are out there doing all this and dying of COVID, that the transmission of COVID to police is extremely high and that they have the potential to be spreading that shit around.
They absolutely
massively.
are. They absolutely are, yeah.
Like, they will be super spreaders, guaranteed, if not vaccinated.
Yeah. And, of course, in the most predictable way, they have decided that COVID is not the real problem. The vaccine mandates are the real problem. And so they're quitting their jobs.
Do me a favor, Dan. Pull up the video of the New York City cops throwing the guy at the subway who asked why aren't they wearing masks. Not only are they not getting vaccinated, they're refusing even to wear masks. In New York, there was a video going viral yesterday. A guy asked them, he's like, yo, you're in the subway. Why aren't you guys wearing masks? And they kicked him out of the fucking subway.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm the boss of the subway, you know? They
basically were stealing the guy. He had already paid his ticket, his fare. And these motherfuckers, they're above the law. Clearly.
100%.
Here it is. So according to the person who shot the video, all the guy did was ask if they would please put on their masks. So here's the result of that.
Nope.
They're not even like... they're not even pretending to care about masks. They don't even have it around their neck. They don't have it anywhere. They're in a closed space.
Bro, I feel like if there's one place you should definitely wear a mask is in New York subway.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, even if there is no COVID, you should probably still wear a mask. I mean,
for sure.
It doesn't even smell good. Like, at least the mask will protect you from the smells. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus Christ.
And they didn't even arrest him or like pretend like he had done anything wrong. I mean, they just shoved them outside because why not?
Yeah, and they told him he can't come back in.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I guess I won't commute
if
commute
he did
home now.
something wrong, they would have arrested him.
Right.
Instead, they stole his fare, disrupted his day, and continued on maskless in violation of the city's own law. Fuck the police.
I mean, it's just like, these are... I like covering these minor inconveniences that the cops regularly subject people to, because it really shows the disdain that they have for the people that they're supposed to protect and serve, right? And it extends from that small interaction all the way up to the actual infractions, the violent altercations, the escalation on routine traffic stops and whatnot. And it's all the same mentality that they have, which is that, like, I will enforce my authority upon you no matter what, okay? And I will never be held accountable, so I can get away with it. So I'm gonna lay off. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I can here to make sure that you listen to me. And I'm not one of those people that says, like, we need to abolish the police force in its entirety. I understand that there is still a necessity for some formation, whether it's democratically organized or not, some formation that will at least create a presence of law and order. So I totally understand that. But police historically, and certainly in contemporary society, has never filled that role for marginalized communities. They operate like an occupying force in black and brown neighborhoods. And in a lot of instances, they've been trained. They have counterterrorism training that you see when they're dealing with, like, Black Lives Matter protesters, for example, kettling and corralling, gassing people. Like, it's completely unacceptable. And at the slightest bit of criticism, they lose their fucking shit. And that's also because they're all fucking hogs. That 84% of the police force is like, I love Donald Trump. I'm voting for Donald Trump.
Yeah, I think it just, like, when you're so used to this ultimate authority and power, when people question that, even in the slightest way, it just you're just so used to doing whatever the fuck you want and never being talked back to by anyone that it really just corrupts the mind being part of that cult. And it does seem like a cult, this whole police union shit.
And think about it this way: when you're accustomed to a lifetime of privilege, equality feels like oppression. For cops, that's on overdrive. Like, we think about the victimhood mentality conservatives have, where they're like, oh my God, Starbucks no longer has Christmas stuff on their cups. That's
Civil
killing
war.
me, brother. That's Civil war. Yeah. Vaccine mandates, a civil war. That is the mentality that they have. But this time they're like, well armed very dangerous and also willing to do things. Like they can rob you of your freedom. They can rob you of your life. And in some instances, not even, go to jail for it.
Not even be fired.
Yeah.
Let alone go to jail.
Exactly. So it is just completely fucked from top to bottom. And of course, there is no mechanism to enforce any sort of accountability. The defund the police movement was met with so much criticism from the mainstream media. Rather than like trying to describe the intentions of that movement, which was created by activists on the street. They're not focus group testing their fucking message. It's like Black Lives Matter. And instead of being like, well, defund the police means like taking away some of these insane resources that we are affording the police force all around the country unconditionally at a time when education needs resources, social workers need resources, but all of that is being sent and spent on this violent paramilitary organization. And we need to change that dynamic a little bit. Instead of accurately describing those demands, they were like, no, this is bullshit. This is terrible. It's also freaking people out, while simultaneously continuing to freak people out. And if you watch a lot of right-wing media, you hear nonstop about how, the police have been defunded and that's why there's crime everywhere. The police have been defunded. This is crazy. It's bullshit. The police have not been defunded anywhere. Can
happen anywhere.
The total is around $800 million so far that has been taken off the top of the police budgets. That means scaling back 1%, right, of the police additional revenue that they were going to get from the city. Like the additional amount of money that they were going to get. They're still the number one budget in most cities, right?
Yeah.
But even if you take like a little bit off the top, they're like, oh, fuck, we're dying. Or you're killing me. You're killing me right now. I'm literally dying. And
Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War. And to put that into perspective, $800 million seems like a lot of money, right? Yeah, well, certain cities have $700 million. Los Angeles has a budget of, $1.5 billion? And it's slated to be $3 billion. Like, that's nothing when you take like 10 million from the top and then give it back to the school program. You know what I mean? To try to at least
sounds like Civil War to me.
Yeah, to at least like focus on the root cause of crime that we know.
Is that, crime usually comes from like class disparity, desperation. If you actually invest, it's like addressing the symptom rather than the cause, right? It's like if you invest that money back into poor neighborhoods and school and after school programs, and then then there's going to be less crime.
Yeah, it leads to a decrease in crime. There's a trackable decrease in crime in areas where there are more after-school programs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But we never want to do that because it's so much easier to just like keep giving money so they can keep buying the guns that the military can no longer use. You know what I mean?
What are they going to do though without the black man do crime?
Yeah. For the record, it was $840 million in cuts across the entire country. The LAPD budget is $1.76 billion. The budget of San Francisco Police Department alone is $700 million. Baltimore, $536 million.
Yeah, I was pretty shocked. I saw LA's city budget, and the cops was like over 50% of the budget, like by far. Does that sound right?
Yeah, something along those lines. I talk to cops a lot. Unfortunately, I have to interact with them for, obvious reasons. And
what obvious reasons?
Well, similar stuff that happens to you from time to time. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So
yes.
Anyway, and every fucking time, dude. Every time it's like, oh, we hate that our resources are spread so thin. It's like, oh, we can't handle it. It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't handle some of that stuff. Some of that stuff could absolutely be handled by social workers.
Yeah, people who are trained to deal with, for sure.
Yeah. But it's one of the cushiest gigs you can have in America, and yet we have some brave patriots right here giving up.
Here is the beautiful job.
Yeah.
Here's the fire.
Absolute cushiest gig you can have.
Yeah, they've got great benefits.
Incredible pay, great benefits. Here are these brave patriots giving up.
Massive overtime pay.
Oh, yeah. Hazard pay.
Seattle Fire and Police discharged for non-compliance with the vaccine mandate turn in their boots into City Hall and declared it's civil war. Yeah, this is the this is the victim mentality that, like, I think you made a great point. When you're used to privilege, equality seems like oppression. And boy, this is a solemn walk, man. These guys have been through the ringer. They've had enough. We've had enough of your oppression. Damn, this is solemn, dude. This is serious. Wow.
Yeah.
Turning in those boots.
Yeah, it's madness, dude. It's madness. What will happen now? Bedlam. Absolute bedlam.
Here's more. Oh, what is that? This is this LA City budget, right? So the police is
52.4%.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. And then where's education? Well, education comes from the federal.
Education comes from the state.
State.
So it's but I mean, some does. But I mean, maybe a good thing to look at would be like parks or like libraries, public works.
I'm surprised libraries even get 5%, bro. I thought it'd be lower than that.
Yeah. Who needs books, brother? We need more. We need to make sure that every cop can have an armored personnel carrier that you can't even fucking drive in Los Angeles streets.
We need anti-artillery tanks.
5%.
We need that microwave gun, the active denial system that you just like
the microwave gun they're scrambling people's brains with.
No. There's an active denial system that the U.S. military created. It's kind of like LRAD 2, long range acoustic devices. These are all like anti-riot measures that they originally used in Iraq, and then they started using on American citizens, of course, immediately. The LRAD is like so insanely loud that you can't stay there. If you ask cops, though, when they're using it like they do in Portland all the time, they'll say, oh, it's just a PA system. No, the fuck it's not, bitch. It's literally a weapon. And the active denial system straight up burns, like boils the water particles like a microwave does on your skin, so it feels like your skin's on fire.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if it's been in use in the United States yet, but it's out there.
Dan, put that graph back up real fast. I mean, that tells the whole story. In a society when you're spending 52% of your budget on the police, I mean, just imagine the utopia we could live in, where you even just cut that in half and distribute it against other beautiful, like if we had parks and libraries and cities and stuff like that and city public works, just imagine what a beautiful, blessed city this could be.
Oh, and that was actually 2019, 2020. Here's 2021.
That's what I don't get. Now it's even more. Like, why is it going
That's
up?
what I'm saying. They like.
Why does it go up?
It's always going up.
But why?
Because crime. That's the only way to tackle crime.
Crime is down, isn't it? Like, crime is down.
Well, crime historically is down from the 90s and whatnot, and but overall, like, crime has increased.
And
but the reason why
he's a Democrat, he's a liberal.
But of course, liberals love cops. The thing is, the reason why crime is increasing, especially in like cities and whatnot, is because homelessness is increasing. It's because people are in horrible conditions.
And do public housing.
Yeah,
Imagine
like
that.
If you eliminated some of the material needs that these people have for survival, you would eliminate a gigantic chunk of the need to do crime. People aren't doing crime because they're bad. Okay?
So this is $5.4 billion. So the police are getting half of that. So 2.7 billion.
Yeah.
Imagine the public housing projects you could do, the parks, the libraries, the shelters. I mean, that is so much money.
You want to know where a lot of that police budget is spent?
Tell me.
Lawsuits. Not all of it, but like a big chunk of that goes to malpractice, lawsuits, paying victims. Because
you hear about this. People sue the city or the state for a cop accidentally killed my spouse when I was in the car. Damn. And then you fucking sue the state and you get like a massive $50 million payout. Well,
if you're white.
If you're white.
Yeah.
We pay that and the cop gets to continue working.
Yeah. Well, he's got to do that. He had to. He has to kill people. Come on.
I didn't realize that so much of it. I actually would love to see a breakdown of how much of that budget goes to just lawsuits.
Well, Kenneth Maja is running for comptroller, and he actually does a pretty good job. Shouts out to Kenneth. Wait, hold on. He's a certified public accountant, housing justice activist, and he's running for Los Angeles City Controller in 2022. And he often has like these big breakdowns of the LA budget regularly, where he talks about, the proposed budgets, and he'll like break down all of the different ways that people spend that revenue.
Oh, do we have intel on how much it goes to like settlements and lawsuits?
I'm looking to see if I can find it off the top of my head, but I don't know if there is one of those.
Yeah, this is some sad shit, man. Shame on the mayor for even approving that. What a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. Yesterday, the LAPD sent 30 to 40 cops, a helicopter, a K-9 unit over a homeless person that was in a vacant house, and then they found no one.
A helicopter?
Yeah.
For one homeless dude in a vacant house?
Yeah, on Sycamore and Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood, 2 days ago now.
By the way, when I lived in Woodland Hills, there was always, every fucking afternoon, and it was like a relatively safe neighborhood, I think. But it was right off the freeway, so I didn't know what was going on. There was a LAPD helicopter that would fly super fucking low and circle my house, like for like 20 minutes every day. And then we found out that one of our neighbors is related to that cop. So he would come do a free ride over the neighborhood every day for 20 minutes in an LAPD copter and just like say hi to.
Isn't that fucking annoying?
But how much money is that? I was like, I'm gonna call I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna complain. This is fucked up. And it was actually scary because sometimes he'd be on the intercom saying shit, and it looks like because I'd be in my backyard chilling, and it would look like he was like specifically there fucking with me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, I remember when that was happening. I don't think you ever told me that you found out that that's what it was about.
Yeah,
Ethan thought he was being gangsta.
God, that's crazy.
I didn't know what was going on, but imagine the amount of money spent. How much is an LAPD helicopter? Those things are decked out like, I don't know, $50 million plus dollars.
I mean, I don't know. They're expensive though.
Yeah.
But yeah, joyriding, doing stuff like that, it's definitely a part of it, and they get away with doing all that because hey, they're the last line of defense between you and the poors, okay? So if the poors ever, God forbid, if they ever rise up, you need cops on your side. People always say stuff like...
We found a poor in a vacant house, and we sent the SWAT team, 10 K-9 units, and 20 helicopters.
And people always say like, oh, what are you going to do when a crime happens? Like, who are you going to call? It's like... Listen, crimes happen all the time to me specifically, and others I know, and I have yet to see a police officer be like, "All right, we dealt with this. Here you go." And that's anecdotal, but there's also data available that like the cops are not preventing crime. Okay, they are for the most part doing their very best to, I guess, stop it. But the main focus, in my opinion, of the police force is to maintain a presence of law and order, that like we have rules we have to live by, okay, that we all abide by to the best of our abilities in society, and their presence is supposed to create that actually that presence of order. But in a lot of instances, especially in poor neighborhoods and black and brown communities and black and brown neighborhoods, their presence, unfortunately, is disorder and lawlessness for the most part, for all the way from civil assets forfeiture to just like routine traffic stops that end up with like serious escalations and sometimes even death. It's just a terrifying situation to live under when the government that's supposed to protect you, it says protect and serve on the side of the fucking cop car.
It does.
When you see that cop car, you're like, oh, fuck, here we go again. That's not good. So just do your fucking job is what I say.
By the way, in 2020, it cost $1,200 per hour to fly a LAPD helicopter without accounting for the pilot's salary. So that's a lot of money blown just to fuck with me.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's more troopers. Former troopers from Washington State Patrol laid their boots at the state capitol to show those lost because of the statewide vaccine mandate What about the ones died from COVID?
Nope. That's not important. That's unimportant.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This one is incredible.
They're not dead. They had to. They're on leave.
By the way, the funniest thing is like
they're not dead. You fucking
look. That's local news. That's local news participating in the reactionary propaganda to show those lost because of statewide mandates. Like, dude, you are literally an Emmy award-winning local fucking journalist, dude. What are you doing? You're gonna say those lost like they fucking died to the mandate
because of the mandate? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like, and this is why I always laugh whenever people are like liberal news media. It's
she continues. 127 people are now unemployed. Damn, they're dead. We need to go to the Capitol. We need to take time and they're on leave. They're on leave.
Yeah, I mean,
lost them.
They're probably going to cycle out. Some of these guys are going to go and probably work in like fucking one of those states where they don't have said mandates, or like where, you know, there's a Republican governor who doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, people yelled at her.
Clarify. She said, to clarify, by lost, I mean resources that will no longer be available while they are already dealing with shortages. Apologies for any confusion. Are you you won an Emmy? You don't know?
Yeah.
Here, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Always passive voice. Always using
State Patrol was the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys saw the videos, right? I mean, we have some of those videos of like. I mean, these guys are theater kids too. That's my favorite part about this entire process. Like, it's so dramatic. You know what I mean?
Here, the 17-year veteran tearfully says goodbye, forced out by the vaccine mandate. His wife is the dispatch operator of 15 years. Oh, this is so sad. You know what you could have done? Got the vaccine.
I love this. I mean, tell me the cop skull thing is not true. Tell me a lie right now, dude. That's a hot dog right there.
Due to my personal choice to take a moral stand for medical freedom.
I enjoy being a security guard wherever the fuck.
Service for the last time today. After nearly 17 years of serving the citizens of the state of Washington, it has been my honor and privilege to work alongside all of you. I want to take a moment to thank those that have helped me be successful, to be safe, and to go home every day. At the end of each shift...
Wait, hold on, Zach. Pipe in some sad music. We need to set the tone appropriately. Yeah, sad violin or something. Because this is way too tragic. I mean... This is just, hit me with it, please. This is too sincere, too powerful of a moment. We're gonna have to go take his boots to the Capitol first, because we've lost him today.
Yeah.
The ripping of that Velcro is a relief to my wife and kids.
Yeah.
I want to admonish each of you, knowing that despite what the press releases...
Sir, this is for emergency use.
Yeah.
Get off the radio. Get off the comms, please, sir.
We all know in this district, on the 19th, there will be 51 of the 75 troopers available, and only 7 of the 11 sergeants. So please, 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 take care of each other.
Time to do crimes, boys. This is a good opportunity.
Please take care of each other. Be safe, and make sure you all go home at the end of each day.
This guy's annoying.
I mean, they're such fucking theater kids, dude. Like that has like theater kid energy. You missed it in the end.
Should I go back? Okay.
There's a point where he does a pause, and then he repeats what he's saying, and it's like, dude, it is so. Okay. You are so
Can you
whack,
turn him
bro.
up and the music down a little bit, because I can't really hear what he's saying.
On behalf of your D5 coworkers, I want to say you've been a pleasure to work with for the last almost.
Guys, don't you have shit to do though, for real? Like, this is an emergency service.
That's your wife. He has his wife on the dispatcher side talking.
You've led your crew
This is so dumb.
Been an FTO.
Can't y'all meet them in person? Like, don't you know them?
And your
Have
support
a beer or
members.
something. So
And most
performative.
recently made sergeant last year. This agency is losing an outstanding, hardworking, determined, and caring individual. I'm honored to have been your dispatcher, but mostly proud to be your wife. Our future is bright. Thank you so much for your service, Winton.
He's crying. What a pussy. Sorry, toxic masculinity.
For being by my side.
Thank you for being by my side. Martha. Fuck these guys, man. It's awesome.
Well, like you said, they've got the best, cushiest job. All you have to do is take a fucking vaccine like every federal employee. And there's people out there who can't even fucking find like minimum wage jobs. And you're sitting here crying like a little... It's been an honor. Like, first of all, nothing happened, bro. You're leaving of your own...
volition.
Yeah. This isn't tragic.
No, it's called medical freedom, Ethan. You don't understand it.
HIPAA rights. I have HIPAA rights.
It's like these guys are, you know,
these are my HIPAA rights.
They're just so used to just like getting their way. This is really funny too.
This is the last time you hear from me in a patrol car, and Jay Inslee can kiss my ass. Washington State Trooper signs off after 22 years. Fired by the governor for being unvaccinated.
Reminder, like, a lot of cops are dying of COVID in the state of Washington, okay? Nobody gives a fuck about that, though, obviously, because COVID is fake.
This is my final sign-off. After 22 years of serving the citizens of the state of Washington, being asked to leave because I am dirty.
Yeah,
I am dirty.
Numerous fatalities, injuries. I've worked sick.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like,
bro, he's
I'm
like, I work sick, bro. That's kind of a problem, dude.
That's not good, dude.
He's like, I've been coughing. I've been coughing on teenagers.
I've had COVID. I've spread it to at least 10,000 folks around here.
Yeah,
I'm protecting and serving them straight into the tombstone, straight into the grave.
Played sick. We buried lots of friends over the years.
Played sick. What the fuck does that mean?
You guys, I'd like to thank the citizens of Yakima County, as well as
they're
my
happy to see you go.
fellow
Trust
officers within the valley. Without you guys, I wouldn't have been very successful, and you've kept me safe and got me home to my family every night. Thank you for that. Wish I could say more, but this is it. So, State 1034, this is the last time you'll hear me in a state patrol car.
They're just
and
like,
Jay Inslee
okay,
can kiss my ass.
Bye. 10-4.
He drops it on his balls.
Mic drop on the balls.
1034, thank you for your 22.
Here, let me see the mic drop on the balls again.
Kiss my ass.
He didn't even flinch though. My man's got balls of steel.
Thank you for your 22 years and 5 months of service to the citizens of
So
Washington
scripted.
State. You've taken on many roles in your time as a patrol.
Yeah,
in your
it's
first year,
definitely
you delivered a
scripted.
baby while on patrol in Bremerton. You've been a DRE instructor.
Oh, she's definitely reading a script.
Yeah.
You delivered a baby. You did this. You did that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted me to say? Oh, yeah. And
I just hit my balls.
I'm not going to read this. You're going to have to pay me another $100 if you want me to read this.
Technical specialist and reconstructionist, peer support member, part of the chaplaincy board, and a CBD trooper. You've been a great role model and mentor for all young troopers serving in the area by sharing your knowledge and experience throughout the years.
Just get vaccinated, dipshit. If you care about protecting and serving the community, you should be willing to make that small fucking sacrifice. I don't even know if you could call it a sacrifice, but like, here's your ability. Here's your chance to serve and protect. Don't spread COVID to people you apparently care about.
Nope. And you know, protect yourself too. Like, you're wearing a fucking bulletproof vest. You claim that, like, you know, your job is incredibly stressful and terrifying in Washington State as a state trooper. The most terrifying thing is probably fucking getting buddy fucked by a trainee, you know what I mean, who pops you in the back of the head.
Friendly fire.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, you know, fucking having a heart attack while you're like chasing after a 14-year-old teenager for the crime of skating. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, those are the real terrifying propositions that await you, right?
It is pretty great to see them all just...
And then, you know, you're over here fucking crying about a vaccine. It perfectly shows and captures that, like, a lot of the stuff that you hear, a lot of the rhetoric that you hear about, like, cop lives are in danger, blue lives matter, thin blue line, like, it's all bullshit if you're scared of a little boo-boo from a vaccine, you know what I mean? Like, you have every opportunity to get this fucking thing. You're not getting it. Because you're terrified of it, because you think like global control is going to happen or some shit, whatever the fuck is the reason, because you watch too much Fox News. And that to me proves like your job is not that terrifying. Like if you're literally getting fucking a hail of bullets every time you step out of your cop car, you're not going to give a shit about being protected from fucking COVID that has killed a bunch of your colleagues already.
Well, I didn't know this, but like we learned in the last episode, they're like the 22 most dangerous
That's
job
right.
in America. Behind what was the one in front of it? It was something
Landscapers.
Yeah, landscapers.
Yeah.
Landscaping Lives Matter.
Absolutely.
We're at about 2 hours, which is our limit. We've had a lot of fun. Had some good times.
Had some informative conversations.
Had some informative times.
I was gonna, like I said, I would try to be a little bit more lighthearted, but I get so serious.
Fun. It's fun
because I feel like I have, I feel like I have a more serious like duty here to, provide additional information and whatnot, or my perspective. Maybe that's the reason.
We'll get the flow. I think it's fun. We had a good episode.
I mean, I enjoy it every time. I love it.
We have a great episode. It's episode 5. We'll hit our stride around, I'd say, 40.
Okay, good.
These things are marathons. No, but I think it's going great. I love our conversations. I love all the topics and stuff I love to talk about. You're super knowledgeable, and I love that. And I just can't wait for more Trump.
Yeah. I mean, he's horrible. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen in the country, but
he's inevitable, like a
COVID death when you refuse to take the fucking vaccine and you're running around.
Who's the villain from Thanos? He's inevitable like Thanos.
Yeah. Trump still arrives.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Ethan and Hassan in the $10 trillion studio, protected by nuclear fallout. We have anti-aircraft missiles. Nobody will reach us, and nobody will ever stop us.
We're in an underground FEMA facility bunker right now, ladies and gentlemen. We got spices and we got meals ready to eat.
We got chum buckets, boys.
Yep, that's right. We're in here. We're hunkered in.
All right.
Peace.
See you next time.